So Pakistan become the first team ever to score over 500 in their first innings and lose by an innings. I mean, it makes sense that it's never happened. If you're scoring 500, it's probably road-like. No one's ever scored over 800 in a result. I'm pretty sure that's never happened before. A game that saw 5 centuries. 5 centuries. 1, 2, 3, 4 half-centuries. I mean, a ridiculous amount of... I mean, 1,500 runs scored. Nearly 1,300 runs scored in 4 and a bit days. England pull off one of their greatest ever wins. Harry Brook wins about 19 man of the match. He was the W64 slogger of the game. I don't know. Go watch the clip on Sky Sports Cricket. It's quite funny. He won about 4 awards in the space of about 3 seconds. And won about 1 million Pakistan rupees. So that was interesting to watch in the interviews after the game. Pakistan are in a mess. I really don't know. England were brilliant. Maybe I had my reservations on the first day. I thought they played a lot better on the second day. I thought Ollie Pope's shot was stupid on day 2. But day 3 and 4, they were unbelievable. They were, I reckon, the best I've ever seen this iteration of Bazball. I know the pitch was flat. I completely understand that the pitch was flat. But to score 823 runs and win by an innings, I cannot comprehend how good that was. Pakistan, I just don't know what you do with them. Like... what pitch do you play on? We're at Multan again for the next test. I know that they were talking about playing on a pitch just next to it. They might go to the one across or on the other side, or they might just play on the same pitch again. I have no idea what they're going to do. I have no idea what they should do. I mean, they were so off of the pace here. They were so just nowhere near. I mean, I think Shah Massoud said that... said in his post-match kind of interview that he did that for the first 5 sessions, everything was fine. They made 556. 3 of them made centuries. I mean, I don't think that you can complain with how Pakistan played for the first 2 days of this game, but when it came to their bowling, it was just they didn't have anything, and pressure does funny things to you when... that scoreboard pressure of you scoring 556 and you go to bat in the 3rd innings, 260 runs behind. I mean, it's never happened before. It's a completely ridiculous thing to happen. And we know what Pakistan have been like in 3rd innings before, and that pressure just got to them. I mean, there was nothing really. Salman Agha had a good game. Amir Jamal, I thought, actually had a really good game with his 50 in the 2nd innings, and I thought he was probably the pick of the Pakistan bowlers, which is mad because they've got Shaheen Shah Afridi and Nazim Shah, 2 bowlers that you'd think are world class, but they just don't look it. I mean, they look off the pace. They look over bowled, injured. I don't even know what the right term is for that Pakistan bowling attack. I don't know if they're going to have Abrar Ahmed for the next test, because obviously he was in hospital with a flu, an illness, something. I have to admit, I feel like I'm starting to come down with something similar myself. So he didn't get to bat. I don't know if he'll bowl in the next game. I don't know if Pakistan have got any replacements or if they'll just... I don't know. If you're Pakistan, what do you do? I mean, there was a thought process that I went through today of, is it worth just producing an absolute minefield and just hoping for the best? And just hoping that, I don't know, if no one can bat on it, then it's 50-50. But then if you're doing that, it's probably going to have to be with spin. And as NASA said after the game, okay, yeah, cut it up and make it a minefield, but it's difficult. I mean, it's concrete, that pitch. So if I'm Pakistan, I'm playing on the same pitch. So the day 6 pitch is basically a day 1 pitch. That's what I'm doing. and just hoping that the cracks just keep on opening and that there's something in it. Because, I mean, if you've got Naseem Shah and Shaheen Shah hitting a length with a few cracks in the pitch and it's a bit tired, that's got to do it. I mean, they should have left some grass on the pitch. For some reason, they cut it like 25 minutes before the game started, that Ollie Pope said today. They were saying that because they're using the Kookaburra ball and it's the same ball they use in New Zealand, and New Zealand, to get the pace that they need on the pitch, they make them very green, so there's something in it for the fast bowlers. I don't know why they didn't do that. Well, that would have made sense to me. On paper, this bowling attack is better than England's. Now, England's is probably better with the bat, but just on paper, Shaheen Shah and Naseem Shah are better than anything that England have. Luckily, the game isn't played on paper, and both of them are in absolutely terrible form, fitness, confidence, you name it. They're nowhere near this England team at the moment. And going to the English team, I thought Wokes actually bowled really well this test. I thought Atkinson and Cast bowled really well. I thought Bashir left a little bit to be desired. Now, I see what his role is, and I think that role can work, but it just didn't pay off. I thought Jack Leach was probably our best bowler out of everyone, and he had such a good season with Somerset this year, and it kind of makes sense that he's back in the squad and doing well. I mean, he was such a staple of those first Bazball wins, and I don't think that they're not picking him because they don't like Jack Leach anymore. I think they're picking him because they're worried about the injury and the illness issues. I think they were really thrown by the stress fracture that he had before the Ashes, because that really screwed him up, and they had to call up Moeen Ali, which, okay, that meant that they could probably balance the team slightly better with Moeen Ali than they could have with a Leach, especially with Stokes not being able to bowl. You probably could have fixed the issue with Pope going down in the second test, but again, Leach goes down in the India series, and then you're left with Rayan Ahmed, you're left with Bashir, and you're left with Hartley, three very inexperienced players, and just the ability to win in in Asia, that Jack Leach has done now. So he's played 14 games since he made his debut in Asia. The 14 games that he's played, England have won 11, lost 3, or won 13, lost 1. Something ridiculous like that. And in the games that he hasn't played, they've won 1 and lost 13. It is a ridiculous stat. I can't remember it exactly, but it is flipped. It is completely flipped. With Jack Leach in the side, England seem to be a better team, even if that is only in Asia. But I thought he was fantastic today. I'm really happy that we picked him. I was a little bit... I'm not sure. Should we go with Leach again? Have we done the Leach thing? But no, he really impressed me. Would I like to see Rayan Ahmed for Shoaib Bashir in the next test? I think so. The issue that you have is that Leach for Bashir, Leach for Rayan Ahmed, because they both turn the ball the same way. But then you can think that Rayan Ahmed's got a really good googly, so depending on who he's bowled to, if he's bowling to a left-hander, then maybe he could bowl a few more googlies down there. I don't know. I wanted to see a little bit of leg spin today. I thought that would have done better than what Bashir was throwing down there. But and also, how do you fit Stokes into the side for the next test? I don't know. I really don't know. Do you drop Ollie Pope? I don't think so. I don't think that's the way they're going to go. If he can't bowl, you might have to. I don't want to. Really? I mean, I'm under the impression that I don't think Ollie Pope is in England's best side. But do you drop him? No, I really don't know. I'm in two minds. If Stokes is going to say, okay, I'm fit, but I can only bat, I think you've got to say, okay, it's either going to be Stokes or it's going to be Pope, Or you go the other way and you say, okay, Pope, you can keep. Stokes goes up to 3 and Pope drops down to 6, or they stay where they are and Pope has the gloves. I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do. Again, Duckett could keep, Cox could keep, but I think they want to keep Jamie Smith on the team. So that's going to be a couple of selection headaches. I presume that they'll announce the playing 11 on Sunday, so that'll be in a video that I'll do. But England, well done. Pakistan, I have no idea where you go from this. It was a real struggle. But just an incredible test match. Again, this Bazball side just seems to throw up incredible results. One game in the Women's World Cup today, Pakistan versus Australia. Pakistan bowled out for 82 in 1 ball shy of their 20 overs. Riaz with a top score of 26 off 32. Ashley Gardner took 4 for 21 as she finished pick of the bowlers. Annabelle Sutherland and Georgia Wareham also finished with 2 wickets apiece. And then when it came to the run chase, they made it look relatively easy. Alyssa Healy retired hurt for 37. Beth Mooney made 15. Elise Perry made 22. And Ashley Gardner made 7 as they chased down the 83 target with 9 overs remaining. Iqbal taking the only wicket as she finished with figures of 1 for 17. It's just dominant again. I mean, Australia go 3 and 3. Probably there is a real question. Are they the most dominant sports team of all time? Any sport, any gender, any, whether it's international or domestic, it doesn't really matter. I think they might be. I think they are so untouchable at the moment. I think the gap has got smaller, but I still think it's pretty large. I think they walk this T20 World Cup. They look better. They look better than they have done in some bilaterals. Even if you go back to last year's Women's Ashes, they didn't look amazing. I mean, with the exception of the Test match, I mean, England won both the white ball series against them. They won the ODIs 2-1 and the T20s 2-0. I think that was the score, was it? One got rained off. I can't remember now. But they look better than they did last year. And I know they've missed a couple of kind of older heads in that dressing room, but they just seem to keep replacing them. I mean, they're just an incredible team. They really are. Their next game... So, what have we got coming up? So, Australia will play India in the last game. They can still technically not qualify Australia. It would require New Zealand to beat Sri Lanka by a fair bit, and Pakistan by a fair bit, or India to absolutely hammer Australia. I can't see any of those happening. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the New Zealand versus Sri Lanka game, which I'm pretty sure is tomorrow. In the other side of the group, you've got England playing Scotland this weekend to finish off there. So they'll catch up with everyone else and be on 3 games as well. While a few other teams are playing their last games. They're really heating up in the women's in the T20 Women's World Cup. I've really enjoyed it. I thought it's been really, really good cricket. And we'll be watching it for most of the weekend with no test match cricket on. But guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I very much hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to leave a like. Please remember to subscribe. Make sure you put that bell notification on. There probably won't be a video tomorrow because there's not a lot of cricket on, but there will be one probably Sunday night, I'd imagine. So if you do enjoy this type of content, remember to comment down below, like the video, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.